So yeah, apparently I've been streaming for like 5 minutes without actually pressing go live. So yeah, that is quite fun. Hopefully, hopefully this stream will be less scuffed. Although I guess starting off from a start like this, yeah, this stream is gonna be pretty scuffed like all my other streams. But yes, I'm guessing you guys could have read the title. Today we're going to be working on my Biome Complex terrain add-on, but we're going to be doing it live. So as you can tell, we actually can stream Visual Studio Code in the background as well, or we can do Minecraft like this. So yeah, hopefully this actually works out. Yeah. So well, at the moment we are in the Jacaranda Grove. So I guess the first thing that we need to do is to actually find the biome that we're going to be working on, and well, that is actually going to be the Crystal Valley, although I'm not actually sure if I can make it like a proper valley. I guess we will have to wait and see. Once I can actually find the biome, I'll try and discuss the possible problems that can be caused by creating this type of biome. But yes, hello in the chat. I see we have Darsh, Galpali, Seraphin, Lyric Days, hey, Cake Boy, Evo Shot, and Universe. Hello and welcome. Thanks for tuning in. We actually have 7 live viewers, so that's very cool. I trust all of you are doing well. So yeah, I guess there's nothing left for us to do but to actually start flying around and search for this thing. So I think the best way to find it would be to just like go in a single direction and to try and find it from there. Now I am using the Onyx client, so I can actually just use free look and kind of see if I can see anything around here. This seems to be a cold biome, and I am going to be generating this biome in a warm biome. So I think the first thing to do would be to find an actual warm area, since if you didn't know, all of the biomes are actually like bundled together according to their clients or according to their climate. Sorry, not their clients. Yeah. Now, am I seriously just gonna get a bunch of warm climates? Okay, this one should be warm. Is there anything else? And now we are in an ocean. Well, I should have just searched for this thing before starting the stream, honestly. I did actually find one like in a different world, but yeah, I guess we gotta search for it again. If you see like a bunch of iron blocks, just shout in the chat. Yeah, I guess we'll try and see in the chat just some more people saying hello. Hello again to all of you there. Lyric Days, he's so underrated. Thanks, I appreciate that. I guess the dream is to one day just like reach 1k subs on YouTube. That would be like the ultimate. And okay, nice. We have a warm area, but it looks like it's just an island, so that kind of sucks. Oh, okay. Here is the area that we're actually searching for, but I think I may have ruined it. Yeah, I think we may need to find a different area. Since basically how it works is when you generate an area, you need to find an entirely different area to see the changes that you've made, and that's kind of annoying. So I did kind of find this, I'm not sure if it's a bug or a feature, but if you like stand a little bit back, you can see the changes happening, because that area will like regenerate again once you load in. I'm not sure why that's happening, but it's happening. But yeah, so this is going to be, this is supposed to be the basic shape of what I want this biome to be. I just have some diamond blocks here for the time being and some iron blocks down there. But I basically want to create like a sunken landscape. So it's supposed to be like a few blocks down, and then we're going to generate a bunch of crystals in this area. But as you can see over there in the distance, well, this biome doesn't really play well when it comes to transitioning between this biome and the other biome. So if there's like water nearby, it just looks absolutely disgusting, and I tried to get around that by actually creating 2 biomes. So if we actually go into the code here, you can see we have the Crystal Valley parent and the actual Crystal Valley. Basically, the Crystal Valley does not generate naturally. We generate the Crystal Valley parent, which is the diamond area, and then inside of that diamond area, we generated this valley. Now, the perk of doing it that way is that, well, we could actually prevent this water thing from happening for like, we could actually prevent it quite often, but as you can see, despite being able to sort of prevent it, it so happens because, well, this sunken area can sometimes reach the edge. So I may need to find a completely different solution to this. We can do one of 2 things, and I kind of want to find out from you guys in chat what you guys think would be the best. So I could either try and continue to do what I'm currently doing and try to create a feature that like builds a dam around this entire biome to prevent water from coming down in here, or the much simpler area is, instead of sinking and creating this like sunken valley effect, we simply create that we simply create the valley to be like flat, and instead make this blue area pretty mountainous. So the blue areas will be higher up and the white area will be lower down, and that way we can also create a sort of valley. So which do you think would be the best? To create a mountain or to try and create a dam? I know for a fact that I can do the like mountain generation. That should be pretty straightforward. As for the dam generation, I'm not entirely sure about how I would do that. And I'm just now realizing that I'm probably gonna get demonetized because I keep saying dam even though it's like a physical dam that's supposed to hold back the water. But yeah. Which should I do? You know what? I think I'm just gonna do the like mountain thing, you know? I think that may be the best. Maybe limit the water on the biomes with water. Yeah, that is kind of what I'm already doing to a degree. Is this like sunken valley part is actually an ocean that I'm generating, and then I'm just getting rid of all of the water. And so I place this into like the what do you call it? Into a dry area, because there are technically less like water supposed to be nearby. And I also got completely rid of like rivers, but the problem is this stuff generates naturally and I can't stop that from happening. And so that's the kind of the issue, since I've done everything that I could to prevent it and I just couldn't. Your voice is so good, Gego. Oh, thanks, I guess. That's a first. Pound will be interesting. I'm not actually entirely sure what you mean by that. Pound? Do you mean like pond? I'm not sure. Okay, but yeah, let's go to the menu and see. Well, I guess we should actually just like first of all see if that part of the area would actually update to be to a new biome. So let's see. I think the easiest is to switch these noise parameters to be like between let's say 0.3, or no, that would be quite high already. Let's say 0.1 and then make this 0.6. I think that should give us some nice like extreme hills kind of terrain. And then for the valley part, instead of creating it at negative values, we should probably just create it at 0, or like 0.03. That should also give us nice like wavy effect. Is the water hard coded? Yes, unfortunately, to a degree that is. You can control the river transformation, as you can see here, and so the way to stop rivers from generating is to actually set the river transformation to be the normal biome, and so that way when it tries to generate a river, it actually just continues to generate, well, your actual biome. But the problem is that the rivers that are causing the problems is actually from a different biome. So in the area that we just visited, that river is actually partially in the savanna, and so the savanna river is what's causing the problem. So in order to prevent that, I would technically need to overwrite all of the vanilla biomes as well and stop rivers from generating completely, and well, that's not really a viable solution. But anyway, okay, so we have our terrain or our valleys and our mountains. So let's come back into Minecraft and see what's happening. I'm getting an error. Oh, that's never mind. That error message that just got on. I just copied over the vanilla file for rivers since I thought I could somehow manipulate it, but apparently not. Okay, so this is kind of what it's going to look like with the mountains. Ignore these hard edges. That's just because these areas are like didn't get regenerated. Just these areas regenerated, and well, it's a completely different look than the one that I originally went for. This just like straight up looks like the vanilla mountains as opposed to being something custom. That's not really something that I was looking to do. So I guess I do need to use the features to create this instead. Oh, well, how can we do this? Okay, so the question is, do we want to create a dam or do we want to create the whole valley with features? Since technically the code that I use to generate these pools, I can technically modify them to generate like giant ravines instead. I think that may be a solution to try out before. Diamond biome? Yeah, no, that's definitely just a placeholder. It's just so they stand out when you search for it and you can actually find it quite fast. Yeah, if it's a valley then mountains would be good, but yeah, but this just doesn't seem right. Maybe with like the 1.18 mountains, but yeah, I don't know. Okay, I think I'm going to reset the noise parameters to just again be like what it was before, and then we're gonna try it like hollow out this entire area. So okay, how's that gonna work? Well, the dam is basically what I have planned is to kind of go into is to search through the entire biome and find wherever there are waters on the edge, and wherever there's water on the edge I just place a block there to limit it to like block it. I think that may be the easiest one to do at the moment, so let's try, see if we can create a dam and then we'll take it from there. So let me just create a new feature. You guys won't be able to see this because I'm in my file explorer at the moment, since I don't really want you guys like searching around inside of my files. What's this thing called again? The Crystal Valley. So that's going to be like a CV, I'm guessing. My dog just randomly barked for no apparent reason. Okay, so let's create a new single block feature where, what can we like copy to use instead? Let's use like the desert thing. Let me just copy this and call it CV dam feature. And I misspelled damn, nice. Okay, I guess you guys should be able to see it now. GG dam feature. Hey, okay, and so place blocks. We're just gonna set that to be iron blocks, and then we actually need to generate this now. So we're also going to need to create a feature rule. So let's just create a new cd dam rule, and there we go. We now have that deserts or like biome. So for the biome, this should be either the Crystal Valley or the Crystal Valley parent. So test for Crystal Valley, then we can duplicate this and also test for the Crystal Valley parent. What's happening in chat? Or maybe 1 to 4 blocks deeper. Well, I guess that could work, but then there would technically still be water that comes in, since any negative value automatically gets turned into an ocean, which is a bit of a bummer, but it's just how it is. Cool. Hello, Flaming Frost Gamer. The value will be 1 to 4 blocks deeper. Christopher Cook. Well, you've got me curious now. I'm definitely going to investigate tomorrow. I was so wrong about how simple this was. Well, I guess it could be simple, but I'm not really sure. Wait, Christopher Cook. Why does that sound familiar? Are you familiar here? Do you have your own channel, or are I just like what do you call it? Imagining some stuff. I don't know. But yeah, so oh, Cravono, yes. Oh, you're actually in the stream. Nice. That means you're probably subscribed. Thanks for subscribing. You're like a true legend, my guy. Oh. Yeah, to be honest, I also underestimated how like yeah, I thought this would be simpler, but you know what, Domsy Mons, that now that you've mentioned that, I do want to try that at least, since that maybe if I just make it like negative 0.2, maybe then the water won't spill in as much, and then instead of creating such like violent mountains, we just make it like 1.5. Let's see. Wait, we've been streaming for like 20 minutes. We haven't even done anything. What? What? Why is there a different biome generating? Okay. Never mind. But I think this may actually... Wait, this could actually work. If we... Okay, so this was unintentional, but I accidentally set these like rifts over from the desert to spawn in here because I was reusing that code, but that may actually work if I like do something similar to that to generate the sides of the valley. That could actually work. But anyways, let's just get rid of that real quickly. The rule, okay, you should just feature. Let's just disable that. Try again. Error message, no definition found. Yes, that's good. Okay, so this is how it looks if it's like just negative 0.2. Unfortunately, it still has the river issue, so I don't think that's whether or not the river spills like this or if it spills down like 5 or 6 blocks, it's still gonna spill over, unfortunately. So that's unfortunate. So okay, CD. So I guess we need to do the like features thing then. So let's just reset our noise parameters. Should be 0 and 0.2. 0.2 is actually quite high. I'm gonna reduce that to 0.1. Okay, now we just need to actually create some. Or do we need to create? Yeah, we're definitely gonna need to create logic, because if we were just checking on like the wait, did I? Oh, I never actually switched Sorry about that, I never actually switched scenes to Visual Studio. Just been typing here instead of inside of the Minecraft screen apparently. But anyway, so the dam. Okay, so we need to create another feature, and what this feature is going to do is it's going to be a dam proxy. And so what that will do is this will allow us to work in 3 dimensions. Since by default you can only really work in 2 dimensions, but if we set this to, but now what we can do is we can set it to generate in every every horizontal block, but then set it to, for each horizontal block, generate like in a complete 256 like string of blocks upwards and downwards, and so we can cover pretty much everything. Let me just actually copy over some proxy code. Are we going to need a scatter proxy? Yes, I'm guessing we're going to need a scatter proxy. We may actually need 2 scatter proxies if I'm not mistaken. I guess we will have to see. So, okay, so our rule is going to place down our proxy, and then our proxy is going to place down our feature. I'm guessing we're going to set the rule to generate 256, since, well, that's 16 times 16. And so in that case, we can actually cover an entire chunk. But first, what's happening in chat? Well, actually quite a lot. Oh, yeah, Crivodo. Please make a video on how to make add-ons on Android, please. I did actually start to make a series on how to create add-ons. I have like 3 videos that are like partially edited, but I don't know, it just, something felt off, and so the file is just kind of laying there at the moment. I think if I were to do it, I probably need to like redo everything. So yeah, Creeper15, hello, welcome to the stream. Moon Knight Gaming, random emoji. Ah yes, the famous diamond heels. Yes, indeed. He's doing some awesome work for the Bedrock community. Thank you very much. I really appreciate that. You're the best. Thanks, Kimsu Alex 7W7. Then we have some more emojis from Doms. Okay, am I caught up now? I think I'm caught up now. Okay, so back to coding. Okay, so first of all, we're gonna actually need to edit this distribution. So we're actually gonna copy over this and place that in here. And so now what we're going to do is this should scan every single block inside of a chunk, and then we can just also use this proxy to edit like the horizontal stuff. So I think that all of this we're going to need just 0. Is that correct? I'm not sure. And then Y, we're gonna need some distribution stuff happening. I actually already have this set up, so I'm just gonna copy over this from the PD pillar proxy. What on earth does PD stand for again? I forgot what I named that biome. Biomes. Oh yeah, the plated desert. That's what I called it. It was originally like called the coarse desert or something. But yeah. Okay, and the iteration, this is where our monstrosity of a code is going to go. If you have checked the plated pillar proxy, yeah, this is the Molang that makes that work. It's quite hideous, but we're gonna need something similar for this. And then finally, before we can get going, we can close that again. And where is the original feature? Okay, so in the feature, what we're going to do is you're going to use may attach to, and in here we are going to check that the sides, am I doing this right? I think it's like an array like this. We're going to check that it only attaches to water, but wait, no, that's not going to work because we need to attach it to like water. and then also the other side should be attached to air. But if we just attach it to air, well, in that case, I think it will just get placed everywhere, so that's not really an option unless I like do two things. Okay, so hear me out. This is gonna be like an extreme workaround, but what if we place down a... oh no, never mind, that's also not gonna work. Okay, we'll check that out. But we'll get back to that problem later. Let's just create the stuff to actually scan it for now. That's a lot of warnings. Oh, actually, I don't think it is. It's like, this is actually the like edit, the like extension that I'm using. It's not actual warnings. It's just like it thinks that you cannot do this, but you can do this. It's like the only way to do it. But yeah, so for iterations, what we need to do is to... okay, so final height, I think we're going to need a different variable name. So let's rename this instead to... well, I guess we don't really need to rename it because we know exactly we're going to do this from 250. We're going to do this like all the way, like 256, all the way from 0 to the top. Although I don't think that we're actually going to do that, but yeah. Alternatively, what we could do is we can like check the surface. I think that's going to be better. So instead of just scanning every single block, we're going to do query. We're going to do query dot height map, and then we're going to in here just send over world X, and then the variable world Z. And okay, so and then we're just gonna do like plus, yeah, let's do like plus 20 to be safe. I don't think we should actually need to do that, but just in case, I think that should be enough. You know what, let's do 40 just to be safe. The spike thing actually looked good, but maybe a bit shorter. You know what, I thought that's exactly what I thought. I think either way I may end up doing that. Have like dark crystals around the edge, and then like nice and bright and clear crystals in the center. I think I may do that. Iterations, well, I don't actually think. Okay, so for the iterations, never mind. This actually variable search height, and then we're gonna say t dot search height. We're instead going to make that equal to this height map thing that we did, and then we're going to return t dot search height. T basically just stands for temporary, so it's just like a temporary variable that gets reset constantly. And okay, so I think that should work. Now we need to figure out this like may attach to thing. What language is this? I am new to coding. Well, this isn't actually any language. This is just JSON files that you're editing, and then this monstrosity that I'm typing in at the moment is something that Mojang actually created themselves, known as Molang. So you can't really use it anywhere else. It's like exclusive to like Bedrock add-ons. But the whole JSON thing, that is a bit like, that is used in quite a lot of areas, but it's kind of different from project to project. But the whole concept of like having things inside of brackets and square brackets, that kind of remains the same, but it's not really any specific programming this, to be honest. Okay, but the feature thing, okay, if we just completely get rid of this, let's actually just check before we get started, and let's generate it, see what happens. Oh, I probably picked, oh, and wrote, oh, I have an additional S in there. Okay, never mind that. But I once again forgot to switch scenes. Okay, so never mind that. Unfortunately, I guess it didn't actually work. But basically, what we need to do is I have an S here that shouldn't be here. And then in the feature, instead of using iron blocks, I think I'm just going to use redstone block. This looks so ugly, but it works. And we're still getting error messages. This is so annoying. I wish there was like a way to get rid of it instantly, but the best way is to just turn off your like debug logging and just wait for it to go away. But yeah, let's see. Oh, okay. Well, the good news is it does work. We, as you can tell, about like 50 blocks or something be above every block, we are actually placing down our redstone, so that is good news. Now we just need to actually limit it to the sides, and that I'm not sure how to do. You know what, we can still do may attach to, and then sides, let's actually use water here. Minecraft water, and then I think there's like a, what's it called, min sides must attach. Yes, so for this we need at least one side to attach to this, and I think that way we will only really attach to the side of it. That should be good. We can't see it. Yes, sorry about that. Okay, before I alt-tab, I'm going to switch scenes. Okay, so now that should have been switched. Let's see if this actually works. Hi to all new people in the chat. Yeah, I can see we have Kashi. Hello. Kim Su. Oh no, you were here. We have Imanix. And hey, okay, so that was way easier than I had expected. As you can see, we kind of have a thing going, sort of. I'm not actually sure why it's leaving like those empty blocks of like water and skipping certain areas. I may need to see if I can fix that. Although, yeah, since it's like skipping entire areas, why is that? Or is that Minecraft randomly trying to blend between biomes? Is that what's causing it? I don't know. But okay, so since we 256, that is 16 times 16, right? 16 times 16 equals 256. Yes, that should be every chunk. Oh, we're using uniform. Okay, that's the problem. Never mind. We should be using fixed grid distribution. So uniform basically randomly places it, and so that's why we're missing certain areas. Fixed grids basically start like in the top left and just scans the entire chunk. I'm waving my hands around like IRL, but you can't see that. But yeah, let's see if this works. I'm gonna like take a sip of water while this loads. Yeah, that's so much better. Okay. Are you making a warm or cold biome? Well, honestly, this is, I'm using like the warm biome as a place to place it, but it's not really going to be warm or cold. I'm not really sure how to describe it because it's like going to be full of crystals. So I think cold may be better, but not snowy cold. I don't know. But as you can see, we have our damn walls in place. We're still missing certain areas, but I'm not sure if I can do anything about that. But for a start, this is already miles better because we're actually blocking off these areas. Now, I'm not sure why it's actually placing such a big wall, but we do have a wall at least, so that's good. I think that may be spilling into like the biome that's across from there. I think that's what's going on there. What's happening there? We literally just like started generating the valley and then the biome like stopped. I wish there was a way to like control how deep or like where this biome will actually spawn, and unfortunately not really. I love it when Giga does math law. Okay, sure. How is it possible that you can just open the world again? It changes the chunks like I normally make a new world each time. Yes, okay, so that is what I talked about earlier. So for some reason, it seems that just a certain area like actually saves around the player. So if I like generate that area over there, but I never actually go to that area, I can obviously see from here, and because I'm using a client, I can zoom into that area, but it doesn't actually get saved. So whenever I quit this world and rejoin this world, that area will regenerate because it was never saved. So what's happening here is up until this line is already saved, so because I teleported over here, but everything after that line is only like stored in memory, I think, and so this whole area pretty much gets regenerated. But unfortunately, some random rogue chunks like those do get generated. I'm not sure why it's happening or how it works. But yeah, if you're far enough away from the biome, just so you can barely see it, it will actually like regenerate. I'm not even on that far of a render distance. I think I'm using like 32, so yeah. I think my phone can actually go up to 32. I know most people will play on like 16. But even on like 16, okay, no, you can't see it on 16. So you do need like a moderately high render distance, that's the only downside. But yeah, I think it may be related to the simulation distance now that I'm thinking about it. I'm not sure. Is that a diamond biome Trappy plays? Unfortunately not. It's just like a placeholder so I can see what's happening. The chunks aren't loaded yet, it's only displayed. Yes, exactly what Dom said. Me no understand. Yeah, me neither, to be honest. That's amazing expression or emojis. Thanks, I guess. Okay, I'm not. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to take a screenshot of. Just print screen this, and oh, well, I guess I need the actual coordinates too. So let me just do that. Do this. And then we can teleport back here if we need to, but instead I think we're going to see if we can't find another like sample, if that makes sense. Just another chunk of land. And of course the first place that I spawn is in the middle of an ocean. These fractured jungles, they look so cool like from the air if you just like fly over them. The jacaranda grows kind of like glitch out because I'm using a custom block for the leaves. But yeah, unfortunately, I can't really do anything about that at the moment. Is that a desert? No. I seriously need to like tweak the generation of the jacaranda groves. They're just extremely big. Yeah, see, here they are again. Where? It's not. The biome isn't even that rare, but this seems to only like generate all of the cold biomes. There's like no space for warm biomes. Come on, give me something. Nothing. Just a huge forest. You know what? I think I'm just going to generate a new world. I think this siege just like bad luck. Nope, now we're in a cold area again. What about that side? Oh, okay, there's a desert over there. But how big is this desert? Question. We have our sandy savanna over there, and obviously the desert is right next to an iceberg, to the icebergs. Good old Minecraft Bedrock be like, or I guess Minecraft in general, to be honest. Okay, there in the distance we actually have our custom biome, so that's good news. If we could just fly around to here, I think this should be good enough. See, okay, I think why is that happening? I don't know, because those diamonds are, or like those gold blocks are submerged by the water spilling over, so I was supposed to have scanned that. But why am I not actually placing redstone blocks down there? Same over there, like there's like a huge area, just an entire river. That I thought I made a system that's supposed to prevent that, but apparently not. Oh, unless, is it like directional? Okay, so that's the right side, that's the top. That is the top and right side. Okay, no, the left side also. So, okay, I thought for a moment maybe it's something to do with the order that this thing gets generated. But I don't think so, since it seems that in all 4 directions there are like dam blocks missing where there should be dam blocks. But what could be causing that? I don't know. Any idea, chat? We have 256 fixed grid, and we're searching here in the fixed grid as well. Maybe it is the fact that I'm like using the world map. Let me. I'm just gonna like set this to be like 256. Just scan the entire board height. I'm guessing that's probably gonna actually break in 1.18, but that's a problem for another time. Poison Gaming, bonjour, hello. I do not speak French. I don't know if you're actually French, but hello. What's happening? Nope, we still have that problem. So it's nothing to do with our vertical height. It should be like something lateral. Or like horizontal at least. Biome blending, I say, well, I don't think that's how biome blending would work. I think it's just a visual thing with a little bit of randomness to the actual shape, but I don't think the actual like look of the biome is supposed to, or like it's supposed to be like as like, what do you call that, like rough? I know with my end expansion add-on I do that for blending, but I don't think Minecraft by default does that. Man, it's getting hot in my room at the moment. Summer is on its way, finally. Although summer kind of sucks. I think I'm gonna need to buy a fan because these last 2 years summer has just been killing me. Better biome blend, yes. If I could do that, I would do that, but I have no idea how to do that. That would actually be viable. Okay, you know what? What if we... that is the minimum attached sides, right? Yeah, minimum sides must attach. So it should attach at least 2 sides of water. Unless... what to do? I'm just kind of like beating around the bush, but let's just throw air in here for fun. Oh no, wait, that's not gonna work. If I change this to like be to the 2 sides, does that improve anything? Come on, open up. Christopher Cook, I finally just confirmed there is no combination of biome settings that can make it work without features, so you were right. Why was I right? If you could just like actually control where the where a sub-biome generates, or just like prevent it from generating on the sides, we wouldn't have this issue, but now we have. And the minimum sides must attach to seems to have actually worsened things, if I'm being honest. So if you just joined, we're basically trying to like procedurally build a dam wall so to just like block off all of the water, since at the moment water can just like spill in and it kind of ruins our valley effect. So that's a bit of an issue. Which add-on are you working on? I'm working on the Biome Complex add-on. I have a video of it, like a preview, like 2 weeks ago I made. You can check that out if you want to. When the river fades away, the water also fades a little. yeah, that if I could do, that's actually what I'm want to do to a degree. So just like, if I can block it off, then I can fade it out. But if I can't block it, I'm definitely not going to be able to fade it. So that's a problem. Extend 0 to 15. I'm not being an idiot that this should be 16, right? 0 is included in the like dimensions or like the extents. Try air and see what happens. I think that's actually just going to like generate a blank wall. I don't think anything is going to happen. I guess we can try that. Okay, no, that didn't make a problem, so any difference. So the 15 extent distribution was correct. Let's try to place air instead of redstone blocks. See what happens. Minecraft air. I'm not even gonna bother switching tabs for that. Bye, dinner time, see you later. Cheers, lyric days. Hope you enjoyed. I can't understand anything you're doing. Don't worry, I'm also not really understanding what I'm doing. I'm just like typing random values and seeing what's happening. So this is what happens when you just use air. Also, why is that bit of redstone remaining? Like, we're all the way over here. How did that chunk get saved, but none of the other chunks did? Like, these chunks, they weren't saved, but that chunk was saved. How does the saving algorithm work for Minecraft? I have no idea. But yeah, so let's say that back to redstone blocks. For grids, 0, 15 extent, yeah, that should be 16. What if you make it that each side northeast is changing the possible situation, like if water is north and air is south? I guess I can do that, but then I would probably need to do it for like each direction, which it's nothing that I haven't done in the past. But I think that's the way to go. You know, let's do that instead of just using sides. We're gonna hard code it. East. This should be Minecraft :water, and then west. This should be air. Wait, could that cause a problem though? What if it's in a corner? Well, okay, now if it's in a corner, that shouldn't actually be a problem, so never mind. Minecraft double point air. Okay. The save chunk probably has a feature or structure underneath. Oh, that may be it, you're right. So it's saving the feature or the structure in the process. That just happens to be part of it. Okay, so next we're gonna need another proxy. So let's create another damn proxy, or what should we call it? Sequence. I'm just gonna call it proxy 2 and call it a day. That's like the hardest part of programming, is coming up with the names for your stuff. Okay, so this is going to be well, let me actually go on to the wiki and just get a template, because I think we're going to need an aggregate feature. Here it is. What this basically does is it places all of these features that you give it, and so what we're basically going to do is we're going to create all of the possible rotations like suggested by one of you, and then we're just going to list all of them in here. So I just pulled this from the wiki, so let me just give it its proper name, and then I guess you can delete it early out. We definitely do not want that on first failure, we want that on first success. And then okay, so the damn feature, we're just going to need to copy that like a bajillion times basically. So okay, what are our current values? Okay, so we started at east, so let's just rename this accordingly. So I'm just going to damn E. I think that should be fine. Damn E feature, and then we're just going to also have one for north. You guys can't see what I'm doing at the moment because I'm in the file explorer, so sorry about that. So we have one for north, and then we're also going to have one for south, and then one for west. We can't see visual. Oh, I'm also not in Visual Studio. That's very cool. Well, I wasn't really using Visual Studio anyways, but now you should be able to see it. This is actually Visual Studio Code. Visual Studio is a completely different program that just runs so badly it's not even funny. Okay, I'm just gonna close. Hopefully that didn't break the stream. Okay, hopefully it auto fixes. I did not think this through. Let's hope it auto fixes once I open up Visual Studio again, or Visual Studio Code. No, it did not fix it. Okay, let me just try. Okay, if I switch, does that work? Nope, I'm gonna need to fix the stream. Properties. Okay, stream. Okay, why can I not select code? Okay, now it displays, but it was selected. Why did it not work from the start? Okay, but now we have our things set up. We just need to rename. Just add W in there. Then we're going to add N for north, then one for south, just like that, and then an E, of course. So that should be everything done. Let me just get our proxies as well. Like I said, there our proxies are set up, and then we're also going to need to open up our rule again. Just gonna pop that over there, and yeah, I'm gonna put the proxy over there, so I'll just a bit easier to see what's going on, because I don't have two monitors, so I need to divide the one that I do have. But okay, so this is proxy 2, so we want to be placing proxy 2 instead of the feature directly, and then this feature, it's pretty much, it's going to place down all of these guys. So let's actually do this properly and start at north and work our way down. Did I actually name these things correctly? Yes, I did. So it's just going to be GG for gold gigo, and then we're going to need 4 of these. So let me just do all of the like identifiers, and then we can just copy and paste over these guys, or I guess I can just manually change them out as well. No, we do not need a comma there. We are missing a colon here, however, so we're just gonna do north and south, and then east and west. Okay, so the name, we set it up that the name is indicating the direction of the water, so this should be south and then north, and then north should be north, and then we're gonna have south, and then for this one we're just gonna invert them to be west and east. I think this should actually work. I'm not sure how good it's going to work, but it should hopefully work. But before we check it, what's happening in chat again? I haven't checked that in a bit. My laptop has just proceeded to freeze on me. Very cool. HP would recommend. Black screen, yes. Because the stream just died on me. How did you learn to make add-ons? I'll get that in a sec. Okay, so how did you learn to make add-ons? Well, I just kind of did it, to be honest. I started out by trying to like create like feature packs. I know like World Fabricator, that was like the first one I think that I published, and then I just proceeded to like learn bits by making things. Just like there is a place called the developer, the Bedrock add-on Discord. I actually let me paste that in chat. Where's an invite for this thing? If you ever have any questions, just go on there, and it also has a link to a bunch of very useful like things that you can use. How do you invite someone to a channel? Invite people. Copy, and let me just come over to my chat. Boom. Hopefully that should actually redirect you to the Bedrock add-on Discord. So yeah, there's like a bunch of servers in there, and so that's where I learned like 99% of everything. And yeah, Cravono or like Christopher Cook is on there as well. He's like the guy that taught me pretty much everything about like generation. But you didn't actually haven't actually posted anything, did you? You just like you're like an expert in this field, but you never posted everything or published anything. Let me check. Okay, so now that we have that, let's actually see if it works. If it worked. I really hope that this is going to work, because I didn't actually think of that. And in theory, this should work. And why? Why is it not working? Okay, but this is good news. We do have a much more of a solid wall around. Unfortunately, it's not like a perfect wall. But since that's generated, I'm wondering if this might also have been generated. So I think I'm going to change... let's see what happens if we change it to a different block. Does that actually change what's happening? Okay, so instead of a redstone block, what block can we use? Should we just use... because dirt is too obvious, I can't really see that. Deep slate, diamond ore. The problem is the names of the blocks is not always the name of it's like the same name in like this code thing, so it's quite annoying sometimes. You think you have it right, but then just that's not actually the name of the thing that you need. I guess that using like deep slate is also going to be closer to what we're using in our final version. Okay, so let's see. I don't really know if it actually would change to... I really hope that redstone or blocks does not get updated, because then it means that, well, it's just a pre-generated chunk, but unfortunately it seems that it did get updated. But why on earth is it only generating over there in the middle of absolutely nowhere, but not over there? How? Then we also have that pretty smooth wall over there. Where are we? Over there, but like that area is blank. Why are we not generating anything there? Okay, this wall seems to be like quite... This is a pretty good example. See, this is what we need. We just need that everywhere. And see, there's also like a large chunk just missing. Is it something with my poor attempt at optimization? Instead of doing search-like, let's just scan absolutely everything. So now, if it's not getting placed, then, well, it's not trying to get placed, so it just doesn't work. Let me know that at least. What's happening in chat? Cravono. No, I just make example packs and post to the Discord. You are working on a TerraLift pack. That is actually pretty dope. If you can manage to get that over, that would actually be amazing. By the way, how big do these terrain depressions need to be? Larger than a few chunks? Well, preferably, like, honestly, their current size, I'd say that's ideal. Maybe even a little bigger if I could, but I definitely don't want to create like random craters. I want it to be like a continuous canyon kind of thing, if that makes sense. I can't even make resource packs properly, and you make such good add-ons. Thanks. Actually, resource packs are much harder than creating the behavior pack side. Trust me, like animation controllers and render controllers, they're much more of a pain to work with. Teach how to make custom biomes in the end. Maybe someday I will do that, but the custom end biomes, that's like a huge pain. It's because biome transitions for custom biomes are quite garbage. The tags aren't getting applied right. Oh, so it's a bug. Why is it a bug? Why? Why does Mojang do this to us? But like, that actual biome gets generated, but apparently our thing only starts here. Why? How does that make logical sense? How? Can you explain that to me, Minecraft? Okay, but you know what? I'm actually going to switch this to be like 70 blocks. See if it's something to do with my optimization, or if it's like truly the biome tags. Well, not optimization, but maybe I'm testing something incorrectly. So we're gonna completely get rid of these tests, and then you know what? We're just gonna quickly go ahead, bootleg this, and use our proxy to directly place the east feature. Let's see if this works. What we want now is just like a solid wall of deep slate diamond ore everywhere. And now it did work, so yeah, it's something. How? How and why? Or wait, what? How does that work? There's just like a random air block there. So it may actually be the tag thing that Christopher mentioned. Okay, I'm just gonna try and fly around to this side. Hopefully I don't actually save that. See if I can get a different angle on this biome. Because it seems all of our problems are pretty much like in this direction and blocks that face that direction. So if I'm in that top direction, then maybe we can get a better view of what's happening and what needs changing. I wish there was a way to speed up flight speed, to be honest. Wait, what is that? Thanks, Minecraft, very cool. Okay, so we can see this from, we can now see this. And yeah, all of these diamonds are supposed to be covered. So it's the biome tags that's messed up. Ah, why? Why do you do this to me, Minecraft? You know what the absolute worst thing could be that we can try? We can place down a bunch of sponges and have the sponges suck up all of the water, and then replace all of our sponges with our damn wall instead. But that's gonna be so bootleg, it's not even funny. But yeah, that's such... Okay, well, wait, that's already generated because we have the redstone ore, so maybe this is also pre-generated stuff. I guess we can double check that just to be sure. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to exit out, and then instead what we are going to do is open up our actual biome file for the valley. And instead of using diamond blocks, we're going to replace this with, let's say, what can we do? Let's just use stone. That should actually be quite simple. If that diamond blocks now gets changed, then maybe that will work. Sponges won't update on placement unless they fixed that. Well, see, that is where the workaround comes in. I'll generate my custom block that after a 1 second delay replaces itself with a sponge, and then a second after that replaces itself with air again. But yeah, that I doubt that would work. But as you can see, we have stone, so that's actually just Minecraft being like that with its like poor transitioning. So that's unfortunate. I can't do anything about that really. So I guess in that case we may as well just use our current system. That may be like good enough. I guess that's we do like eliminate like 90% of the problems, so I guess that's a positive, because like let's just check. So this is how it is going to look now, even with that in place. So let's see. Okay, so we still have some water in here, but I think at least there's an attempt. I think this looks a bit more natural than just to straight up have the water dripping or does it? Should I just like scrap this whole idea instead? How more advanced are 1.17 features than 1.16 in terms of features? Honestly, I have no idea. I don't think they added anything new. They just broke a bunch of stuff, which was a bit of annoying. But yeah, coding is weird. Yeah, well, this isn't really coding, if I'm being honest. This is actually a bit more annoying than actual coding. Also, why is this whole area diamond blocks now? There was like, previously we had a whole area going through here. That's weird. Okay, so what else we're going to do? We can't really do anything about this. So do we just scratch this whole idea and do something new? Or should I try and like dig out everything by hand with features? Let's try and do that. Since in theory it shouldn't be too big of a problem. Basically what I'm going to do is just copy over the like plates, the plate generation from the plate to desert, flip that on its head and see what happens. So let's switch back to why on earth is Alt and the 2 key binded to creating a new folder in the file explorer. What's with that? But anyway, so we also going to need two proxies, and then we're just going to need one feature so we can delete all of these other ones, and then we're going to rename this to CV. Let's just call it the whole feature. So yeah, that's going to be our whole feature, and this is going to place air, and that, well, that should be able to be placed pretty much everywhere. Okay, so this whole feature, this should get placed. Okay, so we still have our rule and our proxy. Well, I think we only need one proxy now that I think about it. Or are we going to need two? Let me just check how the plated desert thing worked. I'm not sure if I used like, okay, iterations 256. Okay, no, so just having one proxy and having this set up in the rule should also work, so that's good news. So places feature, we're just going to place this whole feature, and then in iterations, this is where the magic is going to happen. So we're going to create a new temporary variable and call this dig, or like depth maybe a better variable name. Nope, that shouldn't be in distribution, should be in extent t.depth. And wow, how did I make so many typos there? Okay, so we can copy over this. Then, okay, so here we are. This is the idea that I had to do. I generate the biome, then I get the world height, and then I flip that world height upside down and dig that amount down. And so that way I can kind of create the mesa plateau, but invert that. That should technically create something similar to what we just had. I'm not sure if we're going to run into the same problem, but let's see how that goes. So to start off with, we're going to just query a noise map, just q.noise, and we're just going to send in the v.world z or x. I think x goes first, and then the world z, and we're going to check that if that is bigger, or let's make it smaller than 1. Let's make it 1.2. That should be quite frequent. Then we are going to return 0. And I'll say we're going to need to make this math.absolute. What this will basically do is if our noise map returns a negative value, we will basically just get rid of that negative value, just make it a big value again, I guess. and then we can divide these two values by 64. Yeah, well, 64 may be a bit too small. It's but wait, we're now going to generate with noise. This is not what we want to do. Okay, never mind everything that we just did. We're not going to use that right now. Instead, what we're going to do is we're going to query the height map from the world X and b.world Z, and basically what we're going to do is we're going to take this, and I think let's divide this by 3. And okay, so let me just get my head around this. So let's say we have a value of like let's say we have a value of 80 blocks, and we divide that by, let's for simplicity's sake say we divide it by 2. That should give us 40, and then 80 minus 40 will also give us 40 blocks, and so that's going to be our final height, will be at y equals 40, where we started at y equals 80. I think that should be good enough, although 2 may be a bit drastic, so I think we're definitely going to need something bigger. So maybe let's divide it by like 1 point. Let me just get a calculator. That should be like 1 point. Let me divide by 1.9. What does that return? 80 divided by 1.9 is 42 blocks. That's a bit too low. So let's divide it by 2 blocks returns 40. So 1.5. What's that? That's 53. 1.3 should be 60. So I think 1.5. 53 blocks, that should be fine. So let's, instead of divided by 3, we're actually going to need 1.5. How do you code it so complicated? No, it's just me not really following any sort of etiquette because it's inside of Minecraft. That's the only problem. It's the problem with creating Minecraft Bedrock add-ons is you can't just sit down and code anything. Everything and anything is a workaround. So you need to get a workaround for everything, and that's the main problem. Okay, so this is going to, but wait, dividing by 1.5 is going to give us 53, but we want our final height to be like 53. So actually what we need to do is to deduct like 30. So okay, so 80 divided by 3 gives us 26. Okay, no, so we were right by using 3 to start with. And then let's just assign this to a random variable, height map, or like, let's just call it my height. No, that's a dumb variable. Give us a variable name, chat. What should we call this? Now I've got to wait like 20 seconds for the chat to actually update. What should we call our variable name? Well, I guess I may as well read chat. And so I am a bit behind what's going on. You have a bunch of new people. I'm inspired now. I'm gonna work on add-ons now. Which Breach version 2 was not a thing. Yeah, Breach version 2, I don't know. I'm not a fan of it. Breach 1, I'm also not that big a fan of, since it's annoying to use when you want to do complicated stuff. But if you're a beginner, it's like fine to use Breach. But Breach version 2, because you need to creates a whole new like file, and you edit that file, and then that file gets compiled into an add-on. That just seems like an unnecessary amount of work to do. So yeah, Breach version 2, not a fan that much. I'm not really getting any like results in chat, so that means one of two things: either my Wi-Fi died, which I don't think happened, or you guys don't actually want to give names. So I'm just gonna give my own name. Sad Gecko noises. Sad Gecko noises equals height map, and then okay, our final one is going to be t.depth is going to equal our height map, at our world X and our height map at our world Z, and then we're gonna deduct from that t dot sad gecko noises. And then, okay, so after that we're going to return the t dot depth. That should be good. Yeah. Okay, let's hope this works. I guess we can delete that now. But then also what we're going to do, instead of having these two different ones, I'm not entirely going to delete the crystal value, but just for simplicity's sake I'm just going to use the parent at the moment. And then we're actually going to use one of the like pre-generated noises, I think, but for some reason my extension is not a fan of like the Biome files, so that's a bit unfortunate. So now I need to open up Bridge and generate the Biome file for the Mesa, then copy that stuff over. So let's Biome Complex, new Biome. We're gonna pick the Mesa Biome, or I guess the Mesa Plateau. Mesa Plateau, and then we can just copy. We can just open up unknown because I can't be bothered naming stuff. Then we can just go ahead and okay, so we're going to use noise types islands. So should that be inside of overworld? Yes. And then instead of surface parameters, we're going to use the Mesa surface. So let's get that going. I think for the time being I'm just going to leave it to be the default Mesa stuff, or no, that may be hard to spot. So top material, all of these clays are going to need to make something else, so let's just make them all deep slate. I really like how the dark vibe, I really like that. So especially if we create maybe a new light emitting block for the crystal instead of just using glass like I originally planned, then if we have like a dark surrounding biome, that maybe like it could create like a geode effect on steroids. So let's see if that works. So it's just cool. I just slapped my mic, sorry Mike. Okay, so we're gonna have some deep slate absolutely everywhere. Our top material, we're gonna also have Minecraft deep slate. And our C material, I have an unnecessary bracket there. Well, I guess you can just use water, even though I don't really want water. And all of these transformations, we're just going to use the parent, so this is self, since we don't want any of those. Hopefully, I'm guessing that by doing this, maybe Minecraft has like something hard coded that prevents a very tall Mesa plateau from generating right on the biome's edge. I'm hoping that that will solve our little problem, but let's see if we have any errors and just launch this. We have a ton of error messages already. What was that? I couldn't actually read that in time. But we do have a Mesa now, so that's good news. I'm guessing something was wrong with our feature. Unknown block during deferred block descriptor Minecraft deep slate. See, oh, I said deep plate, not deep slate. Never mind. Let me just get back in here and just deep slate, and deep slate. But also, why did our feature not generate? Okay, let's hope. Okay, we have a file name not matching. What? Yeah, that's something that I never quite understood. Is why is that an issue? If the file name and the identifier doesn't match your features, but Biome servers, okay, that's just my like example that I ported in. So that's not actually an error. Then I missed one deep slate. But why is our feature not getting generated? I'll have to look into that in a bit. I actually forgot to switch tabs, so sorry about that, chat. I figured it, Christopher Cook, I figured it out, but it's really refined. I don't care how. Teach me, please. How did you get it to actually work? And I probably should have saved all of my previous work instead of deleting it. But how did you actually get it to work? My throat is so sore for no apparent reason. Oh. Read with Deep Slate. Might have to check it out myself. That actually does sound like a nice combination. I may like put a bit of red like highlights in there at the end. I don't know. But first off, so what we were trying to figure out, drop it on your server in general. Thank you very much. Okay, so let's see. The legend, the myth, the legend himself, Cravono, has provided us with this stuff that we need. Okay, that's actually exactly what we need. The hard edges, I guess we can just get rid of that with some noise maybe. But if there's like a little bit of hard edges, that really doesn't matter. But how did you do that? Oh, you guys can't obviously see it, but it somehow managed to get it to work. The legend. So I'm literally just like sitting in my Discord server now, just waiting for him to type out so that I can our code. You'd have to do manual height map interpolation, but you can see the chunk borders. Oh, I have no idea what that means. Are you just like scanning every single chunk instead of like having a proxy that goes through it? Okay, let me download this if you don't mind. You can see it in stream. Okay, that's downloaded. Let's open this up in stream. 7zip.extract files. Okay, so you feature. Okay, so you just have. You see, you're starting at 32. I'm guessing that's like the. Oh yeah, because that's like the lowest probably that we need. I guess that's a good optimization. And then the biomes, I'm guessing, is the same. Then we have two features. What is in these? What's does these two features contain? Let me just pull this over here, so all of the foreign code is in one place. Thank you, I appreciate it very much. Okay, but how does this work? So we're scanning. Oh, iterations 71,424. How on earth did you stumble upon that number? That's such an oddly specific number. Okay, and then in C, okay, so C is just the actual like feature. So we're scanning 30 blocks from the bottom, and then we're like scanning border chunk. Oh, so I'm guessing what we're doing is we're also scanning. Since we're starting at -16, we are starting outside of the chunk that we're working in, so those little areas that are outside of bounds, you can actually access them. I'm guessing that's what's going on. Then like 31, because 31 minus 16 is going to give us 15. Now I'm checking the nearby chunks and replacing water. Yep, okay, so that's good. I'm starting from the press biome and then scanning the 3x3 of chunks and checking on that. I'm so sorry, the file name. No problem. Then I'm just placing every single block of water with the material of that block. Every single block of water with the material of the block. Iterations are bonkers, but it's not slow. Well, if it's not slow, that's not. I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't really care that much about performance unless it's gonna like crash the game. Then it shouldn't be too much of a problem. But okay, so that is very good. So let me just Control Z all of the things, changes that I've made. So I'm guessing we're going to start in features by bringing back our rotational proxies, and then I guess we don't actually need them. Never mind. So let me just our proxy. Wait, where's our feature? Our main feature. Why did I delete that? No, I definitely want to save that. Okay, so let me just, I'm just gonna close all of these ones, and then also that, and this mesa generation, we can revert that to being our previous one with the noise parameters. So that should work. And our crystal value starting at -1. Okay, everything is set. So let's open up our 3 features and see what needs to be done. So okay, so you're just using one proxy, so I'm guessing proxy 2. Oh yeah, because proxy 2 is just what we used because we were testing every direction. So where is our rule at? Let me get a rule in here, and we're going to be placing proxy 1. Okay, oh, we're already placing proxy 1, never mind. And then inside of our proxy, what exactly did you do? Just like scanned every single chunk, or like every 3 chunks, I guess. I'm just gonna go hippity hoppity and make this my property. Now this weird 71,424. Did you say anything else in the Discord? The right way to do this would be to check the border between the air and the water using the search feature. Then you'd forward some smart manual height map. That just sounds like a lot of work, if I'm being honest. I may try that at some point though. I'm guessing it would be a bit more refined than our current method. But yeah. Parent biome keeps waterboarding it. Yeah, that's the biome. That's the issue. I was experimenting to solve this tomorrow. I used manual height map interpolation overrides with my all-type back. I think this is possible. If it is possible, then that would be pretty good, but this is also good enough for now. Okay, so we have that features. Everything seems to be ready to rock. We just need to, do we need to make any changes here? No, we just need to do may replace Minecraft :water. I mean, as long as we're not going to generate directly next to an ocean, it shouldn't really be an issue, if I'm being honest. Let's see what's happening. We have a random mesa chunk here now. Why do we have random mesa terrain? And why does this not work? Okay, I obviously messed something up. Okay, what's wrong? Valley parent. The parent valley is fine. Where is the mesa terrain coming from? Is that like all terrain that's just hanging around? Or is wait. Let me just delete that example mesa that I brought in. I don't think that should be related, but you can't be sure. CV dam rule. Yeah, what should be the rule? Okay, so this is our problem. We should instead just be using like x and do this at 0, and then our z's also just going to start at 0 and just stay at 0, and then we're going to start at 32 over there. And iterations, yeah, we're definitely just going to want to do one iteration. 16 times 16. Okay. Yeah, if we're, I don't think we want to like do 71,000 iterations another 256 times. That would be less than optimal. Oh, I'm placing air, of course, that's why it's not working. So deep, slate. Let's see this guy in action. Let's switch tabs. Is this going to work? I really hope this is going to work. Anyway, super tart, thanks for a fun day exercise. See you around. Cheers. Glad, thanks for helping out. At least I know it works, so now I can implement it. There is a bit of hope. Cheers to all of the other guys that needed to go to sleep or to, I'm guessing, to go get dinner. Enjoy. But once again, why is nothing getting placed? What did I mess up? I know it works, so it's just a question of like writing it over correctly. Okay, so we have our deep slate, and it may replace water. Okay, that's correct. Our dam feature places all of that. Okay, that looks correct. Yeah. But why is it not actually generating? Oh, I changed the rule, never mind. The CV dam rule, this should also include the normal CV, not just the CV parent or the Crystal Valley, if you're not sure what I'm talking about. So Crystal Valley, okay, now this should work. Now I forgot to switch tabs. Hi, LSW Gaming, hello, welcome to the stream. I think we just made some, okay, it works. It works. Ah, okay. There is hope. And it doesn't even look that odd, to be honest. So as long as we don't generate straight next to an ocean, I don't think this should be too big of a deal. We may be able to smooth that out. I guess we'll see. But for now, I'll work on that after stream because that's going to be a bit boring. I spent way too much time trying to get this to work, much longer than I actually anticipated. So yeah, let's move on to something a bit more interesting. We actually have our dam feature that gets generated now, so that's good. We now have a water dam that works. I feel like a proud beaver, if I'm being honest. But yes, okay, so now we can finally get rid of all of these hideous diamond blocks. Get something good in there. Now, like I mentioned, I am actually a fan of how the deep slate looks, so I think I'm actually going to, well, use deep slate. So let's just close this window on the right. Okay, so first off, diamond blocks to top material. This is going to be a deep slate. Deep slate, and then we are also, instead of using dirt, some more deep slate in the foundation. Some more deep slate. And okay, or I guess dirt or like stone should be fine. I guess we will see. But for our actual like Crystal Valley, like the normal one, I'm just gonna drag our biome files over to the right here. We definitely want to use pretty much deep slate blocks all around. Let's see how that looks. We may need to generate some more stuff. Goggled beaver, yes. I'm just gonna tweet that with absolutely no context at all. Tweet. Goggled beaver. Yes. Tweet sent to my 703 followers. If you don't follow me on Twitter, by the way, you should definitely do that. I think there's probably a link in the description. And yes, this, okay, so now this like awkward transition is even less obvious, but we are definitely going to need to replace that stone. And there's also some dirt somewhere apparently, so let me just check where on earth that could become. Oh, I forgot to switch tabs again, sorry about that. Okay, but foundation material, deep slate, and then we're gonna use deep slate. Where is that dirt coming from though? Because the foundation and everything is set. I don't know. Let's see. Maybe it was the issue with like random dirt chunks replacing stone, since that is a thing that can happen. Let's hope that's what happened. Okay, the dirt is still there. Is this again the issue with the biome blend being absolutely trash? Is that what's going on here? But I guess that's the least of our problems. I really hope that bit of water there is a visual issue. I would get closer, but then I'm going to need to like regenerate or like go find another biome. I guess we don't really care too much about that area, so we can probably sneak around here. It's a better angle. Unfortunately, we are probably going to see some geodes get generated. I don't think there's anything I can do about that. I mean, wait, there is probably. Let me actually do that. Never mind. Bridge. Let me get the files that's responsible for generating the geodes. Then I can like just say if biome tag equals our specific biome, then we do not want it to generate there. So let me just create a new feature rule geode. Do we actually have a geode like file? Amethyst geode feature. Okay, there we go. Description. Okay, let me just quit out of this world. Over to here, and we can just open up our feature rule, and this, hopefully this should actually override the vanilla behavior. So any of, and then okay, so what we're going to do instead is I'm gonna get rid of this. We're just gonna cut that out temporary, and then say all of, and all of. And then in here, we're going to say that it should either be any of these tags, or wait, it should be any of those, but as well as not be. Yeah, okay, never mind. That will actually work. Never mind. But then we're also going to do another test. I'm just going to copy this over, and then what we're going to do is just, why does this not align? Okay, that's good enough. That's just how it is. We're going to get our crystal value. I'm pressing Control X instead of Control Z, and it should not equal. Is it first the exclamation mark and then the equal sign, or is it the other way around? Yeah, it is that way around. Okay, so it shouldn't be a crystal value. I think this should work. Let's see if that geode actually gets removed. If not, then, well, at least we tried. If we can't get rid of the dirt, make it a feature. Exactly. But we did get rid of the geodes, so that's good news. No more geodes. Okay, so that's a very nice. You can still find geodes under this large flat area, but you won't find any geodes in there, simply because, well, that is already like, I don't know, like 30 blocks deep. So, or not 30, like probably like 10 or 15. So that's probably why geodes were already starting to generate that deep down. But yeah, that's good news. So I feel we need to create something on the surface of these flat areas, since we don't have any crystals. Or should we do the crystals first? What do you guys want to do first? Like, think of a decoration for up here, or see if we can actually generate some crystals? Okay. Yeah, well, I think I'm just gonna go with crystals. I just want to see if I can like create a general crystal shape. If I can't create a good crystal shape, I'm just gonna use like just pre-built a bunch of crystals and spawn them in. But I'm hoping I can like generate them with actual features instead. Let's see. But the canyons made by a river are outright, so you could maybe cut them open so it would have, so you don't change a vanilla thing, or maybe not. But I don't know. I guess, but I don't think the geo generation. Oh, maybe it could actually change in 1.18. I'm not sure. Well, it's just a rule, so I don't think it should actually be too big of a deal. Since, yeah, but do I want to mess around with vanilla stuff? It can break, so yeah, I think let's just call it a day. Actually include the feature, or include the geodes. I think that may be better. But yes, so back here, so the geodes can now be generated once again. And now, okay, so now we're actually going to try and generate some CV crystals. So first of all, gonna get the CV crystal rule. So there we go. And this is going to place down, it's probably going to place down the CV crystal proxy. So let's just do that. And this is only going to generate inside of the valleys, not in the not inside of the valley parents. Then just for simplicity, we're going to set that to 0. And then over in our features, we're going to create a CV crystal proxy and a CV crystal feature. So CV crystal, wait, what? Crystal, I can't spell. So CV crystal proxy, and then we're also going to just have a CV crystal feature that will be glass or our custom block. I thought about maybe doing a custom block that like changes color over time, but the only problem with that is I will need to use flipbooks, and so from a distance you won't actually see the color changing. So I'm not sure if it would be worth doing that unless it's like very subtle. That may be good. Hello, I am back. Hello, welcome back, Lyric Days. We actually got it working. So as you can see, no more water on the edges. Crovono, the myth, the legend, actually came in. He came in and he actually helped us create a system that actually works. The edges are a bit hard at the moment, but I'm going to try and smooth that out later on off camera. But for the time being, we shouldn't have any like waterfalls coming in, so that's very good. Now we're going to start working on the crystal generation. So let's just get some basic crystals going. So extend fixed grid, I'm just gonna, okay, so for starters, we can close those two, and then this, we're just gonna set this to be at 0, and the Z is gonna also be just 0. Then in our rule, we are in here, we're going to set our iterations to be 256. That way we are going to try every single block inside of the chunk. Then our extent here is probably going to get determined by an iteration. So although, now that I think about it, we're going to need to do this in 3 dimensions, so this will also need to be done, I think, I don't know how I'm going to do this. I may need to get a second proxy. Okay, so this, in our rule, we're going to try every single block and every single chunk. But if we do that, then it's just going to get placed absolutely everywhere at different heights, and so preferably we want like a long diagonal thing, if that makes sense. But how are we going to create an overhang? That's my main fear. How on earth are we going to create an overhang? Okay, so what I'm going to try and do before we even get started is, so we're just going to set our iterations to be like, I don't know, let's just make us 256 so we try everything. And then our extent, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do query the height map, add world X, or no, I don't need, I added a quotation mark by mistake. So we're going to need world X and then also world Z, and I definitely need a point there. Okay, so we're going to do that, plus let's lift it 20 blocks off the ground, then we can actually just see it in the end. It's going to be like a lot lower than that, but I just want to see if I can successfully create some sort of overhang. I'm pretty sure this should work, but let's just be sure about it. And then in our iterations, what I'm going to do is okay, so let's just, okay, how am I going to approach this? Let's just say query. No, we don't want to query anything. We're going to create a new variable. We're just going to call it height, and this is going to be equal to height plus 1. But I need to do something weird, so I'm just going to quickly console with the wiki, if you don't mind. Since basically you need to, why do I have a bookmark for a new tab? But anyway, you need to add an additional test that tests if it even has a value to start off with. I think it's like 2 question marks, but I'm just gonna check that way I know for sure. So yeah, no call citation. Okay, yeah, so I was correct. So we're just gonna have height. Is that in square? Yeah, just normal brackets. So we're just gonna do this, or we can do 2 of those and make this 0. So what this will do is, if we're doing this the first time, then obviously we're not going to have a value for height. So if we don't have a value for height, then we are just going to use 0 as a starting point, and then we are going to return t.height, and I'm going to set this to plus t.height, and we also need a semicolon over there. So t.height, and I think over on this side we're going to do t.height, and then we're going to do that times 2, and hopefully what we should see is like an incline to the one side. I'm not sure which side, but hopefully it should incline to the side. Let's see if it works or not. Oh, we actually need it to place a feature. Never mind. Back to Visual Studio Code. So what are you going to place? Let's just place glass, and it can replace. Let's just say that it can only. Let's say it can replace anything, you know. Or should I just make it replace air? That's probably safer. So Minecraft glass, and then our crystal feature. Are we placing it? No. Okay, so now we are placing our crystal feature. Let's see if this works. And we have a lot of error messages. I made a typo. Very nice. Can this biome generate vanilla structures? Yes, that is kind of half the problem. That's why we have a geo generating in the middle of nowhere. So villages, any sort of villages, dungeons, all of those should get generated. Biome specific structures won't get generated, like a desert temple or a jungle temple. That won't actually get generated, but the other stuff should get generated. And I think I just crashed my Minecraft. That's very good news. Yeah, my Minecraft is solidly crashed. Very good. What caused that? Did a typo literally cause that? A simple R and L that I flipped around. And I made the same typo over here. I'm gonna need to force close Minecraft now. Let's relaunch that. Now we're just gonna need to wait. We're gonna see a black screen until Minecraft decides to open up, so sorry about that. I guess instead you can start for the Visual Studio. At least there's a bit of color there. Or is Minecraft actually launching? Hey, it's actually launching. Okay, why on earth does this scene give me looking for game to capture message, but the other one doesn't? Okay, so let's try to not crash Minecraft this time again. Okay, it didn't crash. That's very good. I do need to like import the Onyx client though. So let me just do that. Inject. Onyx has been injected. Okay, this is not what I wanted, but it does kind of work, I guess. Yeah, this is definitely not what I wanted. Just like giant glass pillars that are all the same length. How did this even happen? Okay, what caused that? Okay, so our height is like 0, and by the end I'm guessing it's going to be like 256. So okay, our chunks we may need to do this like a limited set of times. So let me do. Let's check if T height is greater than 10 blocks. Then we are just going to return 0, and that should exit out of this thing. And if it's smaller than 10, then we should generate. Unfortunately, everything's generating on top of one another, so that's less than ideal. Oh, but never mind. I know what's wrong. This should be inside of the rule, not inside of the feature. So let's do that inside of the rule, and then we're just going to return 0 since we actually want that. This shouldn't actually be a problem. Instead of returning, what we want to do is if it's bigger than that, then we want to set T height to 10. So T dot height equals 10. Otherwise, it's going to be our own value. So basically what will happen is, oh, but this is going to create each chunk is going to, or like, yeah, every iteration in a chunk is going to be 1 block higher. So let's see if that works. And then I think over here, the number of iterations, I think it's just going to be T height. So T dot height. Did I spell that correctly? Yes, I did. Let's see if that works. And into Minecraft we go. And of course I get an error message. Instead of eating, I made my dinner and now I'm watching YouTube while eating. That is like the go-to strategy, right? Just watch YouTube. Like, why do you want to sit down and eat if you can watch YouTube? Like, what error message did we actually get? Sub expression. Okay, distribution Y. Okay, why did that not work? What's wrong with this code? We have T height equals. Am I missing something? Is that not how variable is? Is that not how you assign a variable? Okay, you know what? I'm going to set if that, then I'm gonna do T dot height equals 10. Hopefully that works. I think it's because it's not a function, that's why it's causing the issue. So if T height is above 10, then we're just gonna cap it at 10. Let's see, did that work? Nope. Unassigned to variable. What's that? Two variables, can you not use the same variable inside of a rule and a function? Assignment to non-variable not allowed. What do you mean? Ti is a variable. What do you want from that? Assignment to non-variable is not allowed. What? Okay, I'll figure that out later. For the time being, let's just do that. Hopefully we should actually see an incline this time. Let's see, where my Minecraft at? Let's just relaunch this, see what happens. Okay, we're just generating a bunch of pillars again. Why start tilting to the side? I mean, they're different heights now, if that means anything. Or that might just be perspective. But I'm just placing one in each chunk. And then they go all the way up. What's up with that? Insert Minecraft villager noises. Well, I guess I might as well read the chat, because I'm a bit lost. Hey, Creepager is back. Hello. You're eating. Giga, does your friends watch your videos? Some of them do, yeah. Just not like religiously everyone, but few of them do. Every now and again. When I started out, I would like just spam all my friends with links to my videos, but like I don't really do that these days. So unless they like watch it out their own, they don't really watch it. But it doesn't really bother me since they're not that into Minecraft. So yeah. Keep these glass pillars. Nothing wrong with them. Are you sure about that? Why is you good, Coco? My dog is just freaking out for no apparent reason. She's just giving me this blank stare out of nowhere. She was sleeping like a second ago. Now she's getting up. What's with that? You're good? Want to go outside? No? Okay, I don't know. She's doing her own thing. So I'm kind of curious why just I know what's wrong. Never mind, I'm just being an idiot. Okay. So let me I'm not actually moving in the X and Z direction, I'm just moving up. So that's why we can't actually see it tilting. So yeah, let me just see how I did it with the pillars. Okay, so in the 256 distribution, okay, so this, we need this over here, fixed grid. Now we should see what's going to happen. I'm going to try again and see if height map, if t dot height is higher, t dot height is higher than 10, then t dot height. Well, I don't know. T dot height dot equals 9, like 10. Let's make it 9. Is that what was causing the problem? Then I'm not sure why it like sent me an error message for doing that. Since yeah, what's the problem with that? If you don't believe me, I'm literally where is that? I'm literally doing the exact same thing in a different function. Yeah. Oh, never mind. I do need a question mark. That's sorry, Mojang. It's me, not you. Where are we? Oh, we should be in the rule. We are missing a question mark there. Apparently that can break anything and everything. So team map. Okay, so now we should see a crystal that doesn't go above 9. And I think, you know what, I think what I'm going to do is if t dot height is above or equals 9, or no, let's make it 10, and then in the rule let's make that also 10. So if it's equal to 10, then we're going to return 0. So it's just going to stop placing blocks, and then otherwise we are going to return t height, aka place t height amount of blocks. Then we just need to add a semicolon behind that. Hopefully we shouldn't see any errors this time, and I forgot to switch tabs again in stream, sorry about that. Okay, we don't have crystals everywhere, but we also have crystals absolutely nowhere. What's up with that? They were generating everywhere, now they're generating nowhere. Why? Okay, let me get rid of this feature that returns 0. Let's see if something is wrong with T height, or if something is wrong somewhere else. Okay, no, we're also not seeing any blocks at the moment. So, what could be causing that? Okay, so I guess we can bring back our T height thing. So for some reason, we are never placing a block, it would seem. I'm not sure why. If I just put the value of like, let me just copy this whole thing and make this like 9. Does it place anything down in that case? Also no. Huh. Why? 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 What is causing that? It was placing too many. It was placing way too much glass, and now it's placing no glass. Okay, so is it something to do with this Y thing? If I set the extent to be between the height map plus let's just do this for experimentals, just to experiment what's going wrong. So now we're not technically using our variable anywhere. So if we're not generating anything now, then or something needs to be wrong with our rule. And it seems that's the case, but I'm not entirely sure why, since obviously nothing is getting placed. But why is that? So I guess we can undo all of those changes. We return 0, so that's like the height that we want to return at. But what's up with that? And we iterate 256 times. This should work. Why is it not working? May replace air. Yes, we want that. If we get rid of this and just do 0 in here, I guess this technically won't do what we want to do, but let's see if it does anything. No. Okay, seriously, what's going on? Why is nothing getting generated? What? This makes no sense. This was literally working like 10 minutes ago. Okay. I'm just gonna save the iterations. Be 5256. And then place this at our height map, and then we're gonna place this at our height map plus 10. This should just technically erase some glass off the floor. Or does glass not render at that distance? Is that what's going wrong? Because it's not a solid block? Am I just being an idiot? No, but those leaves are getting rendered, so that's not what's wrong. Let me just use diamond blocks, see what happens. Diamond blocks, and let's get rid of this whole thing. This is quite peculiar. In its placing in Crystal Valley, everything is correct. What? What? What's wrong? What? Why did it stop working all of a sudden? If I make our extent just 0 again, does that help at all? No. What's going on? It just stopped working out of nowhere. This makes no sense. Can we not query the height map? Is that what's wrong? Let me just undo all of our changes. And maybe I can't do query height map. If I just make this set value like 65 and 70, can we do that? Let's see. POV, a lizard losing his sanity to a blockade. Yes. That's pretty accurate. Why? Where are they? Where are my diamond blocks? Did I spell it correct? Get diamond block, that's spelled correct. Why did it just like nope, it stopped working. Am I seriously going to just redo everything from scratch? Am I being dumb and I'm missing like a comma somewhere? Okay, you know what? Oh, I never saved. Okay, that may have been it. I never pressed save. Maybe restart the game. I may try that. Yeah, I think I'll try that after one last thing. What I'm going to do is I'm going to get this thing because I know that it works. Gonna grab this, place that over here, and then we're gonna grab this distribution. That's literally the same, but maybe at some point I mistyped something. So let's just make this 10. Okay, does anything spawn? We don't want anything fancy, just honestly we'll take anything. Let's just make that a normal integer. Okay, so now we get diamonds placed. I literally pretty much changed nothing, so what was wrong? What? Since that fixed it, but how and why? I don't know what changed, but let's just roll with it, you know. So fortunately I copied over the code that we already wrote, so I can just like paste this in here. and then this we're going to use t.height, since we're already using our height map as a reference point in the rule. So we're going to place out from the height map all the way up to t height, and t height, in our rule we're going to need to create a value for t height. How are we going to do that? Just what do I have on my clipboard here? Let me just check what is in here. Okay, yeah, that is exactly what we wanted. So let me just paste that down here, and then we are going to return our height map value, because that's one we actually want to use. The other one we just want to get the variable. I swear if, okay, we have an error message obviously, but I swear if this randomly stopped working again, then I'm just gonna lose it. Okay, but what went wrong? What did it complain about? Must end with a, okay, expressions containing a, what? Yeah, they must end with a semicolon. I do have a semicolon. Oh, okay, I'm returning without a semicolon, never mind. Okay. I just want to generate something, and then I'll be happy, and then I can take a break. And everything is gone again. What? How does that work? Please explain to me, game. And if I make this extend just like 10, and this iteration also to 10, I'm guessing then it's still not going to generate anything. Okay, so now it does generate something. Okay, so something is clearly wrong with our variable. Okay, so if I do that and generate, I'm trying to figure out if our problem is in the iteration or in the distribution section. So let's see. Okay, so it seems the problem is in the iteration section, but that may mean that we're just generating nothing at all. So I'm going to still use t height, but instead I'm going to generate 256, since I know it can't be anything larger than, well, I'm guessing in the value, max value would probably be like 10, but let's just use 256 to be safe. And now it's getting placed absolutely everywhere. What's up with that? But it is a consistent amount above the ground, at least. But I do not want it to be placed every single chunk. I just want it to be placed in certain chunks. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to check t height. So if t height is bigger than 9, or now at least bigger than 20, then we're going to return 0, and so that then we won't generate anything. Otherwise, we're going to return. Oh, it should still be inside. Doesn't need to be inside the bracket. I don't think so. Otherwise, we're going to return 256. See if that works. Okay, so otherwise, am I not assigning it correctly? if, okay, so t height is equal to t height plus 1. If it's bigger than 10, we make it equal to 10. That seems correct. Diamonds for days again. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 blocks above the ground, so not even that's correct. But why? What's going on? Okay, so what I'm guessing is, okay, well, okay, so it's above 20, so it can never be above 20. So let's check if it's above 9. Then we know, because we know that 9 is going to be the cap. So if our value reaches 9, then we're going to stop placing blocks. Otherwise, we're going to place blocks. Let's see if that works. Nope, apparently not. But why not? That is the question. What is the T height value in that case? Does it just instantly like turn into, if I do T heights, let's just like run away after the first chunk. So let me just reset T height every chunk. So I'm just going to do T dot height equals 0, and then we're going to turn 256. Nope, 256. Okay, so now it should reset every chunk. Hopefully, I think that may have been the problem. Let's see. Oh, it works, guys! It works. Okay, so we have a basic diamond shard. Now we just actually need to make it like actually rotate in random directions and look good. But we have our basic thing, and that's all that we need. Okay. So first off, what I'm going to do is, instead of returning the height map, I'm going to query the height map in the iteration, so that we only check the height once at the beginning of loading our chunk, and so that would prevent us from getting pretty weird shaped, pretty oddly shaped like diamonds or crystals, because the actual height of the terrain changed. So hopefully that should also, okay, no, never mind. So fixed grid, that should remain the same. Then we're also going to create a new variable, just going to call it floor height equals query.world height or height map, and then we're going to return down here t.floor height. And okay, so now we should get that should work. And then what we're going to do in this area is we're going to start off with t dot let's do t dot height, and then what we're going to do is we're going to divide this by, let's divide that by 3 or 2 maybe. Let's do 2, and then we're going to do t height times 2 for our maximum value. Let's see what that gives us. Okay, so we're still seeing the same thing, but at least now we're not getting any weird curves going, so that's a plus. Why are we just not moving over to the side? That's what I'm curious about. unless we make like T height, but it's how does this work? So I thought this would create like a diagonal line, but it does apparently not. So what can we do instead? Since basically what we need to do is we need to shift the bottom extent up, like every block that we move it needs to go up by 1 as well. So if we just make this T height, will that do anything? Not really, just kind of moved everything up, which is not really what we wanted. So, so I thought that since T height changes every single block, so it's supposed to change every single block as well, so why isn't it? Unless we need to do I'm gonna change this back to 0. Then in the rule we're gonna return t.floor height plus t.height. Let's see what that gives us. Okay, yeah, this is actually what I wanted. Okay, so as you can see, we have a diagonal shape going up now. So what was the actual cause of that? Okay, so for some reason the floor didn't shift along, but now we are getting some actual diamond shapes going. They're 2D, but they are diamond. You can't argue that that isn't a nice crystal shard shape that we have going. So that's a very good news. Now we just basically need to make that 3D. But I think that this is going to be where I'm going to leave it for today. So thanks for tuning in, guys. Hopefully you guys did kind of enjoy seeing like the behind the scenes stuff. If you did, feel free to subscribe if you're somehow new around here. But yeah, don't forget to check me out on Twitter and join my Discord server if you want to. But thanks for watching, guys, and I will see all of you again in the future with hopefully a brand new video or stream. Cheers!